You know, at least in my life, I am a person who I need both silence and sound. I can't live without either one of those things. I need them both. They are both very important. Just those two words are very important to me. Silence and serenity and peace of mind and tranquility and sitting and resonating in something beautiful or reflecting on something. And thank you to those who are sharing these videos. To the glory, not to me. It's not about me anymore. It's about the glory of everything that is going to come together. It's not about me. It's not about Nate. You got to blank Nate out. Um, Even though we are all in this thing together, it's like I said, it's not about me anymore. I can't say it's not about us because I can't say that for everybody. I want to say it's not about us. It's about whatever it is that did all of this. It's about that. It's about that. It's about the glory of the Creator. And me, I hear and I see a lot of videos where one person is saying silence is key to your life, and then another person says that sound and moving around and motivating people and getting going and getting your blood flowing and exercising and making a difference and helping and doing something, just doing something of a kind of servitude for not just yourself but others. I can't live without either one. I need both of them. And balancing both of them, I have to admit that balancing both of them, it's very strange, but it's a hard thing for me to do because I'm an addict. I'm someone that I love a good feeling. I like to feel good. I like to be in that glorious moment of feeling something and knowing that I'm sharing it with the universe as a whole in that moment. And it's like, just the only word I can describe is glory, glory, glory. The glory. And then there are times where things are not so glorious. And sometimes when you got to go back to the silence, when you got to go back to maybe your home, or you got to go back to your bed or your chair or your safe haven. Like, I won't even lie, like where I'm at right now, it's probably for my own good, but I don't really want to be there. My flesh vessel and my mind doesn't want to be there. I want to be out doing something. I want to be out sharing in something. I want to be out building something or doing something, but I need a little bit, I need more time because my body's not ready yet. I'm not feeling I'm not in my right body yet. My body's still all messed up because, like I said, and listen, I'm not lying. I'm gonna be craving to get back on this stuff. And you know, as bad as I don't want to say this, this is why I'm telling everybody, please pray for me. Please say something for me. Say, please do not let this man get back on these drugs if you truly love me. If you have a shred of any ounce of consideration or compassion or care for me as a person. Because the thing is, the brain, I think, is different from the soul. I think the soul might be connected to the brain now, but it's something different. My soul does not want to get high or be messed up. I want to be free. I want to be unfathomed. I don't want to be filthy. I don't want to be corrupted. I don't want to be undermined or buried or I don't want to fall, but I know if I'm a human, I'm going to fall and I'm going to scrape my knee and I'm going to do things. And when you feel like this, it is just, your mind is haywire. Like, my mind is just all over the place. It's just haywire. It's absolute haywire. And, feelings are all over the place. And I'm feeling feelings that I ain't felt in a very, 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 very long time, because I've been suppressing stuff with this Suboxone and all these other drugs. Like, and look, this, the Suboxone stuff I didn't take for, it's almost been 2 months. It's almost been 2 months. It's getting there. It's probably on about at that point. And that stuff takes a while, a long time to get out of your bones, out of your, just the gristle of your body. Like it settles in the core of your system, and in your nervous system, in your back, in your spine, in your head, in your neck. My neck feels stiff and warm and hot, like hot. There's heat running through my body and cold and stuff. And I'm doing this for other addicts too, because I'm tired of seeing my people like that. I am so tired of seeing people in Kensington like that. I'm tired of seeing my family, all the doses that happened in my family. I am sick and tired of this thing doing this. I know we're all gonna die one day. I know that. But what if we start thinking different, and we start living different, and we start proving to God that we want to live in heaven, that we want to make our lives heaven? Maybe we will taste death, but we won't see death. There's a saying where it says we will all taste death, but we will not all see death. I don't want to see death. I really don't, if I'm being honest. I don't. But if I die and I die, that has to be okay. And if I die and my soul goes somewhere, that's what it got to be. And if there is something of an eternal glory for me and all of us, that's what I hope. That's what I hope there is for every single person. Every single person. I want to see all of us there singing glory, glory, glory forever. And not have one person stray away. Not one person break from the crowd. Not one person go away from that oneness, or that soul body, or that brotherhood or sisterhood, or whatever that is that I can't even understand, but I feel it and I know it's there. I know it's there. I know it's there. Am I delusional? Maybe. Maybe I am delusional, but I tell you what, this is a delusion that I don't want to let go. If it's a delusion, I don't want to let go of this one. I want this delusion for everybody if they can get it. And even if it's that, okay, so what? Live it and die. And live it, and if we can share in that eternal glory, then so be it. Because that's all I live for. That's all I want for my people, the people, every person in the world. The Mexican cartels, the Bloods, the Crips, the gang members, the drug addicts, the sinners, the killers, the rapists, the pedophiles, anything out there in the world that has done bad, we all need forgiveness. We all need another chance from shit that we did in this life. I'm not praising that. I'm not giving that any glory, because that's a horrible thing that happens to people. And it happens to people like me and you and other people. And then we all say, well, why would God allow that? Why would a loving God allow this to happen to me? See, it's very hard to explain this or use words, but sometimes words are not needed. I don't have the answer for that. I want to say it's to show us something, but see, that doesn't mean anything to some people. That doesn't get through to some people, and I know that now. And I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to judge the world anymore. I might talk about the world. I speak about the world. I look at the world. I reflect on the world. I see in every single person myself. I see myself in every single one of you. Every single one of you, I see myself. Every single person. And here's what I will say to this. How can you ever get into heaven when you wish murder or harm upon your own brother or sister or your own people? How can you experience paradise when you're wishing harm on something else? That can't be. It can't happen, y'all. It can't happen. It cannot happen. It's impossible. And that's why we got to get this wickedness out of our heart. And here's what I was meditating on as I was listening to music and I was walking around and I was clearing my mind and speaking my mind and just giving praise to something other than myself. I said, my prayer for the entire world is to give everybody a toughness, a firmness, a hardness, but yet a soft heart with it. To be something like a lion without being a predator, but to have a soft heart as well. To soften their heart so the flesh can beat, the blood can pump. It can pump through your soul. That's what I'm thinking. That's what my soul is telling me to say. It's a very, very strange paradox. My whole life I have felt this. I have known this paradox. I have yearned on it, and I have also been disgusted by a lot of it too. But there is this paradox going on where we're constantly like battling over things, but at the same time, there's something there that is reaching out, that is calling us. And it's the flesh and the spirit, the flesh and the soul, the flesh and the perception of all that you know and all that you have sensed, even in the womb or when you came out of the womb or what happened to you. I don't know what happened to people. I know what happened to me in my life, but I don't know what happened to others. And I'm not here to judge that. I'm not here to say anything about that. But I know that there is forgiveness and there is all these things that come along with it that you can find if you ask and say, I need it. I yearn for it. I want it. Where is it? Let me go and take a leap of faith and say, let me go get it. Let me go discover it. Let me go find it. Let me express it. Because if we keep it hidden, no one's ever going to know about it. No one's ever going to know about it. The world cannot know. God cannot know. The light cannot know. Nothing can know. The birds flying around can't know. This park cannot know. Even though it's not a living entity, it kind of is, in a way, a part of the eternal creator. It's a part of everything, even though we are not that thing. We did not create ourselves. We did not bring ourselves here. We did not do any of this stuff. Nothing. We did not do nothing. We do nothing. This is why every time I do something, I need to start saying him and he instead of me and I, because it is God that provides everything. I don't provide any of this. Not me sitting here, not this water next to me, not this bench I'm sitting on. I didn't make this bench. I didn't make this hat that I'm wearing. I didn't make these clothes. I didn't make my voice box and my crooked teeth and a little bit yellow, if I'm being honest. I got to brush my teeth today, because like I said, when you're like that, you don't do things. I haven't been keeping up with my hygiene too much, and I don't like this. I don't like being physically filthy, but I don't feel spiritually filthy right now. My soul don't feel too filthy. It still does somewhat, though, because there's always going to be something there, tempting or saying the streets are calling, the drugs are calling, this vice is calling, that vice is calling, a cigarette's calling, heroin's calling, methadone's calling, Suboxone's calling. All of it's calling my name and saying, come to me, Nathan. Come back to me. He'll never provide you with that, what you need. I provide that for you. The Creator doesn't provide that for you. I provide that for you. That's wrong. That is wrong. That's a lie. That is a lie from the pit of the most dirtiest, evil, nasty, wicked, dark, lonely, desperate, agonizing, torturous hell that you can think of. It's a slime bucket filled with filth. I know. I dreamt it. I've dreamt it. I've lived it. I've swallowed of it. I partook of it. I partook of witchcraft. I partook of needles and cottons and lighters and dirty water. I didn't care what I was shooting up. I would have shot up pond water if I didn't have water at one time. I didn't give a shit. Excuse my language. That's how dirty I was, man. I didn't care. I stopped caring about everybody and myself. And I don't want to do that no more. Glory, glory, glory to the God Almighty. And I needed that discipline. I needed to know what was bad. I needed to know what was ugly. I needed to know what stunk. I needed to know what was poisonous. I needed to know what made me sick. I needed to know what was cancer. I needed to know all those things to understand what they're doing to me on a daily basis, the stronghold of it. And listen, as much as I want to say this in front of a bunch of people, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm still scared. I'm still scared. I'm shaking. I'm terrified, if I'm being honest. That's why I'm here by myself in this park. But I know that there's a presence here with me. It's not just me here. There's a presence here with me. And there is a presence, whether you know it or not, there's a presence there with you. And there's one of two presents. It's either good or bad. It's either evil or righteous. It's either holy or it's something wicked and evil. It's one or the other. And let's just make sure that we're not going too far on one side, because the darkness and the absence of light and the torture and the pain and misery is no good. But yet when we think everything is fine and we got it all together and we start boasting that I got all this, that turns into a disaster too. See, that's the paradox. Are we catching it? Are we catching it in the mind? See, the mind might catch these things, but the Spirit has to catch it. The Holy Spirit has to catch it. That's what does it. It's not the mind that does it. I don't believe it's the mind that does it. You know, even out here, sitting at this playground, this is how honest I'm going to be with you, being in this playground. What I'm thinking in my mind is there can be children here playing, there can be kids here playing, there can be parents. And just on the outskirts of all of this, there can be somebody who is plotting, who has had something happen to them that they can't explain what's going on. And they can be delivered from that right now in the name of Jesus. They can be delivered forever. It can break down those strongholds of that wickedness and that evil and there's other things. I'm looking at these benches and thinking of people sitting here, and there could be someone driving around in a car thinking, I'm going to shoot these people because I got so much hate in me. I just hate everybody. I can't stand people anymore. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares for me. Nobody's there for me. They don't want me anymore. I'm not needed. Yes, you are. You're needed. Every single person is needed in this. You don't think that you're needed. You're needed. You're needed. You're needed. You're needed. My God, they are needed. They are needed. I cry out from the ground of the blood of all martyrs for righteousness. I cry out from the ground of the blood of all soldiers, troops, people that went to war, people that fell in the ice, people that got murdered viciously, people that got tortured, people in Vietnam, World War II. Every single brother and sister who has fell, I call out in their name, to let that be recognized so that we know an example of what we can do to each other when we fall victim to these things. And what I was talking about the other day, look what Nazism is doing to people. It is tricking so many people into throwing up the Hitler salute, and I shouldn't even do this on camera. And if I throw my hands up, I'm throwing my hands up like this to God and saying, glory, glory to him, not me, to the Creator, not me. I'm not throwing the Nazi, I'm not throwing a salute up saying, heil any man. I'm not heiling any man. Am I crazy? What's that man gonna do but destroy me? Look what he did. Look what he did to the world. Look what one man did to a world. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Adolf Hitler because I'm supposed to love him. I don't love what he did to people. I don't love that he made the death camps. I don't like that he persecuted people, not Jews. It was people he persecuted. He persecuted his own flesh and blood. And I pray that Adolf Hitler would be delivered from wherever, if he is anywhere. I pray that his soul would be delivered because I love him. That is what we're talking about here, everybody. We are talking about something eternal. This is not no 20 minutes, an hour. This is not some little partaking in something in a minute where we do some abomination for 30 seconds. I'm talking 20 years. I'm talking 100 years. I'm talking eternity here. This something is eternal that is there that cannot be explained, and no man can explain it. Not damn well, not me. If I don't be able, if it doesn't give me the ability, and I don't even want to say me, if it doesn't work through this, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's why it couldn't happen for so many years, because it wasn't ready to happen. Because I was still involved with too many crazy, wicked, abominable things that I couldn't understand. And I'm still capable. Of doing that. I got to always remind myself, Nate, you are still capable. Don't get cocky. Don't get cocky, Rocky. Because what are you going to do when you die and your soul lifts up? You ain't going to have control. Nobody's going to have control. And listen, maybe I do want to scare us, because I think it takes conviction for us to accept certain things, but I don't want to terrify people. I really don't want to do that, because that's not my cup of soup. I'm not a terrorist. You know, when I say martyrdom, see, martyrdom is another paradox that is very, very misunderstood. Like when back in the French Revolution, these women nuns, I don't know what it is about this story. I can't get it out of my head. I don't know if it was 8 of them or 10 of them or 16 of them or 20 some of them. I don't know how many it was of these women. They went to the gallows singing praises to God. Singing praises because they were gonna die. And I'm like, what is this? How can a person be so merciful to say, forgive them, they're about to kill us? My God, oh my God, how powerful that is. That's unbelievable. It's almost not even believable. It's almost not even believable to me. And there's just something that it feels strange, but then there's something that's like, They're singing praises. They're singing hymns for these evil men because that's how much they were loved by something. And where do you think that love comes from? Do you think it came from them? It didn't come from them. It came from the Most High. The Most High is everything. Even though I can't proclaim this in front of man right now, and I'm proclaiming it on a YouTube video, man, I just thank God that this is all happening. But I know how quickly things can change, and I know how quickly I can stray off the path too. I know the paradox, and I know that you are going to know it with me. I know you're going to share in this with me one day. I know we are going to be together, caught up in the heavens together one day. I know we're going to be. And we're all going to be singing glory, glory, glory forever. Forever. I don't know. Maybe we'll all be caught up in the infinite space of blackness. I don't know. But we're still, even in the blackness, we're going to be saying glory. Even if this flesh torments and does whatever it does and it causes some problems, it's just something minor. When the lights go out, it's something minor. How long has the sun been burning? How long have we been being provided with food? How long has the light bulbs in your home been burning? How long has the tools that you have been providing? How long has your hands that are working, something's working through you and with you, doing that with your hands? That's not you. That's not you. That's your Creator doing that for you. Glory. You see what I'm saying? That's what the glory is about. It's about proclaiming it. See, if you don't proclaim it, it's not going to come. You got to be willing to proclaim this in front of man, because if you keep it hidden, it's going to stay hidden. And I kept it hidden for 38 years of my life. I couldn't let it be because I was too scared. I was too scared of what the world would think, because that's what we're scared of. We're scared of public humiliation. We're scared that we're going to be mocked if we proclaim that I believe in God and I know that Jesus died for me and set an example for me. See, we don't want to do that because we're too scared that our pride and our ego is going to be mocked. And then we don't say anything. And we just keep it to ourselves and our own little people. And it doesn't spread throughout the world. That's why there is no good news of the gospel right now, because nobody's spreading that right now. And until somebody does it, it's not going to happen. And this is what I realized. It just kept telling me, you have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Nate? Why are you in fear? Why are you living in fear? Why do you keep letting the world convince you that you can't do that? And it just kept going and going and going and going. And this is why I got into drug addiction. This is why I fell into all kinds of things, because I didn't understand that. I didn't have the courage because it wasn't in me yet to do. It wasn't ready. It wasn't time. And I had to go on a 20-some year binge with some clean time, which didn't mean anything at that time because I still was messed up. I wasn't nowhere near ready to profess with my lips that I was giving my life to something other than myself. I was nowhere near ready for that. And see, this is where the silence will keep you sick, but this is where the sound needs to happen. This is where the trumpet needs to be blown. The trumpet of glory. For the eternal purpose of us all. And if you do stay in silence, pray, reflect. Say, this isn't me doing anything. Because right when you give yourself the credit, you lost. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to do that. They want to keep giving themselves the credit. They want to keep saying it's me. I'm the one that is better. I can do this. Yes, listen, there is a part of you that you need to help yourself, but you also have to ask for help from God. You have to ask for help from something else. You have to call out. You got to. You cannot do it by yourself. I'm telling you, you can't. I'm telling you. I don't even know. When I say I'm telling you, that doesn't do it justice. I know that you can't do it by yourself. So that's what I have to believe now, because it's all that I have left. It's really all that I have left. I don't have anything left. The world is passing me by. These things are fading. This is not going to last. I'm waiting for the new earth, the new heaven. I'm waiting for the new eschaton. I'm waiting for a renewal. I'm waiting for something new to come, a renewing of the Spirit. In those days, I will pour out my Spirit to all mankind, and those who receive it, you can have it right now. I will pour out my Spirit in those days, and whoever receives it, you can have it. Now, that's not the exact words, but that's what it says. And if you believe that, then it can happen. But you have to receive it. If you don't receive it, it's not going to happen. You're going to keep living in that space where everything stays flat, everything stays dead. You're living in the dark. I know. I am a sinner that was saved by the glory of what Jesus Christ has shown me. That is it. Point blank, period. He deserves all the glory. God will get the glory, not Nate. God will get the glory. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I say anymore. God is the provider. El Shaddai is the provider. If you want to say Allah right now, okay. If you're Muslim, I know Muslim, they have good hearts. They want good for people. They want to provide people with food and stuff. Listen, I'm not here to get in those quarrels with people. Even a Muslim can turn to Jesus. Even a Muslim. Because I love them too. And may His light shine perpetually upon them. All the things we wear, all the religious trinkets, all the religious stuff we say, that doesn't prove anything to God. I do not deserve the grace of God. I don't deserve it. There's nothing I can do to earn it. That's what it means. That's the merit of it. That's what's written in stone. I don't deserve it. Glory. I was a sinner that was saved because I finally accepted it, and I surrendered, and I said, I can't do this, and I have to keep doing that. And there's going to be days where I might backslide. I might backslide because I'm still a man. I'm still a human. But that's where we need to be praying for each other. We need to be reflecting on each other, saying, don't let my brother fall. Give him something as good as me, because that's how much I love him. I want him to have something great, even if I don't get what he gets or get what she gets. And that's hard because I'm a jealous person. I'm very jealous. Maybe even wickedly jealous. I'm jealous, but my jealousy is pure. My jealousy is something where I want that for all of us. That's why God said, I am a jealous God. I'm jealous of my creation. I'm jealous of you. I want you. I need you. Wow. Wow. 20 years of being blind. 20 years of not being able to say this to my fellow souls around me. All because of fear and misguidance and ignorance and corruption and wickedness and a bad mind, a stinking mind, a terrible mind. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. There's no words to even describe that. There really isn't. And listen, I'm not going to say that this fire is going to last, because fires burn out. But the eternal glory never burns out. It never burns out. It's always there waiting. Receive it. Receive it. It has to be surrender. You've got to give up your own pride, your own. It's very hard to understand this because this is the paradox going on. That's it, folks. That's it, soul people. That's it. And I'll tell you what, men, oh boy, men definitely do not want to surrender. Men don't want to get on their knees. And I'm not doing this to do this before men. I got to get on my stinking knees and say, I can't do nothing. I cannot do anything without the Creator. Nothing. I surrender my will. It doesn't matter if my knees get dirty. It don't matter if I get some grass on my hair, or I get some blood on my lip, or I have a poop stain in my underwear, or my breath smells a little bit, or I didn't shower for a little while because of this. It's all irrelevant stuff when you realize what the soul is all about. And like I said, I don't know if this is going to last, y'all. I might be in a spiritual mania. I might be in a mania. I might be in some kind of delusion. Maybe I am. But maybe I ain't. Maybe I ain't. And listen, it's so easy to go back to wanting to praise myself. And there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. But it says in those days, men will become lovers of selves instead of lovers of God. It says this. It says men will become lovers of self. They will only love their own pride, their own ego, their own everything. They will have no room, no time, no mindset for God at all. They'll be like, I don't want that. I don't need that. My family did that. I don't want that. And the same thing happened to me. My family was all people that believed in Jesus Christ and God. And there was a time I didn't want nothing to do with it. I hated going to church. It felt eerie. It didn't feel right to me. That's because I was a wicked little child that couldn't be around that holiness. I couldn't be around goodness because I was all screwed up. I was all messed up. And everything felt off. And then when I would leave Easter Sunday, right away I'm listening to rap about shooting and murdering. And I'm a big man and I'm going to kill my brother in cold blood. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that, man. No, I am not going to get that man. I am going to go and I'm going to tell that man, look, we can be as one in sharing this together forever. Why would I spill your blood into the ground and wish death upon you when the same thing is going to come to me in return? How stupid is that? Have we lost our minds? Have you rappers and gang members lost your mind? Talking about killing your brother. You ought to be ashamed and drop to your knees right now. This ain't a game. This is the blood crying out from the ground. And I'm angry. I'm angry at what I see in my people. I'm tired of it. Is this what it's gonna take? May my spit provide water for them, even if it's coming out of my dirty mouth. I am so sick and tired of seeing these wannabe thugs, these wannabe gangsters, these brothers going out to seek each other's blood in the night like a roaring lion seeking to destroy. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. Forever. In the name of God. This foolishness that I keep seeing in my people. This ignorance, this abomination coming out of our blood and our bones and our very gristle. Talking about going and hunting my brother with my ops. Talking about going and searching for my brother in the night to snare out his life and to put him on a cold silver slab so that he could go straight to hell and I can have glory. You should be ashamed. Shame on you. And we ought to be thankful that God didn't pour his wrath out on us yet. Because I deserve that wrath too. I'm not just saying that for them. I'm saying that because I deserve that wrath too. I deserved that. And I still deserve that. But there is nothing that can save a man under the moon and the sun and the stars but the blood that was shed on the cross by a man 2024 years ago named Jesus Christ, Yeshua the One. There is nothing else that can do that. Nothing. And all this pride in the world, I feel it every day. Every day I see it seeping out of my people. Every day I hear it. I feel it. I sense it. I'm looking evil right in the eye. And I'm like, I know you. I know what you're doing. But I'm not judging you. He's watching. Even though my eyes are seeing. If we would die right now wishing death, look at all these rappers. Pop Smoke, XX Tentacion, All these guys in DeKalb County, Chicago, Illinois, their blood is screaming out, "What have I done? What have I done to my own brother? I have killed my brother like Cain killed Abel in the field. I killed him. I snared out his life because of my own pride." Shame. Shame on me. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What is it going to take? What is it going to take? If we do not share this video right now with the world, I have nothing else to say. I take this to the grave with me. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to proclaim. I said everything I can say. I did everything I could do. I can't do anything else. I have seen this for so long. I have watched the buildup of this happen. I have watched the buildup of witchcraft and Satanism and all of these things, even men coming in the name of God committing atrocities. I have watched the men that said, "I will be in paradise when I go and drive this plane into a building of people." The World Trade Center, which was a beautiful building, and I used to look at those buildings and I would relish in those buildings. I said, "My God, look at these buildings. Look at these buildings. Look at that. How could we build that?" And these men were tricked by their own pride, by their own demons, by their own devils, by their own egos, to say, if I go and kill people, I will enter heaven and have many wives, and I will taste of pleasures, and I will have wines, and I will live good. How could they ever be deceived like that? How could that ever happen to those brothers? How could that ever happen to Otto Achman or whatever the leader was that drove the plane? I look into that man's eyes and I say, "My God, you were deceived, brother. You were deceived. You killed people in the name of God for nothing. You thought that was martyrdom. That is not righteous martyrdom. That is murder. That is murder." Listen to this word, murder. You murderer, murder, murder. Murder is crying and it's saying, "Somebody hear me." All the blacks that were lynched, murder, somebody hear me. Somebody hear the rope that was wrapped around my neck. Somebody hear the couple bags of cocaine I sniffed and my heart blew up. Somebody hear me. And that's why I said at one time, all I can see is blood, because I see the blood of my fellow soul people. I see the blood of those who were done wrong, and nobody has ever avenged them. But I don't want to seek more blood spillage. I don't want to do that. I want to stop this insanity. I want there to be something that is completely different than that. Completely different than that in the world. Yet again, I want us to be hard and tough and firm on the outside, but on the inside have a soft, fleshly heart that pumps red, fresh, healthy blood, that we can live in soberness and rehabilitation and building together and all the things that I said before, planting together and doing something that is worth our while we're here, and to share in that kind of glory. That's all I look for. I don't look for nothing else. Nothing else. I'm not interested in nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. Nothing else means anything to me. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, y'all. So look, with that, I'm pretty spent here. I went on long enough. And like I said, I don't know how many more of these I'm going to have in me to do this. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I am angry. And if you're not angry, something's wrong. Something is very wrong if you are not angry with a righteous anger. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something sick and twisted and demented in the heart and the soul and the mind. Even the flesh knows this. The flesh knows this and the soul knows this. The spirit knows this too. If you are out to shed another brother's blood, there's something very wrong there. Very wrong. Very wrong and sick and twisted. To say, I got bodies on me. I got bodies on other people. I killed other people, so look at me, I'm special. I deserve a trophy for killing other human beings. Just wow. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I did bad things too. I'm looking at myself. As I'm looking, my eyes are staring back at me. They're glimpsing into the forecast. They're off in the distance, the 1,000-yard stare. But it's also looking right back at me and saying, Nate, you're guilty too. I'm guilty too. And that's why I need the redemption, the forgiveness, the mercy, the compassion. I need the blood to flow over me. And I say that both literally and metaphorically, because most people will see that as a bad thing when you say the blood. But blood is all in our body. Blood is in my nose, my lips, my ears, my eyes. All I got to do is do a little cut and blood's going to come out because I'm made of blood. That's what we're made of. There's nothing wrong with it. We're hemoglobin. It's not a bad thing. We turned it into a bad thing. See, all these things. Men have used the name of God to commit atrocities. That was not God committing those atrocities. It was us. It was men's wicked hearts. It was us being deceived. It was us playing the game. And it was us being prideful and all those things I just said. And until we understand that, we're not going to get this. If we don't receive it, then we're going to run into those things. We're going to that place if we don't receive the message of glory, the message of redemption, the message of brotherhood, true brotherhood, saying, I'm going to save my brother today. I'm going to walk with my brother today. I'm going to talk with my brother today. I'm going to make music with my brother today. I'm going to run up a hill with my brother. I'm going to lift some weights with my brother. I'm going to exercise with my brother today. I am going to spiritually let him know things today. I am going to get on the ground and on my knees with my brother today. I am going to prepare good food for my brothers and sisters today. I am going to give my brothers and sisters a back rub today. I'm going to make them feel better today. Even when I can't even breathe, I'm still going to think it. And I'm very out of shape right now. Very out of shape. I can't even breathe right. I'm walking up a hill, I can't breathe. Help me. Pray for my breath. Pray for my weakened heart. Pray for my sickness. Pray for my redemption. Pray for, if I do fall, to get back up. Pray that I have fresh water. Pray that I have good food. Pray that I have a healthy life. Pray that if I have longevity, that I will live it in harmony and joy and just tranquility and all the good things. I want to taste the good things. I don't want the rotten, stinking, bad things anymore. I don't want that no more. So I'm tired, but that doesn't even matter. I don't even care that I'm tired right now. I'm saying it, but I don't even care. And see, this is when I need to return to the silence. This is when I need to return to something that I don't want to really return to, which is time, which is having to go through it, which is having to, like, say I'm not listening to music, or I'm not feeling better, or I'm not doing a video, or I'm not speaking about something, or I'm not having some kind of fire in me or something that's burning with something, some kind of compassion or something. It's like, okay, Nate, you got to turn it off because it can't last forever. You see what I'm saying? And that kind of scares me a little bit, because then I know that I have to think again, and I have to go back to sitting and reflecting and doing all those things. And that's where the practice of it, the more that you do it, I know this because I did it before. I did this back in 2009 and 2010. I used to sit in a room all day and all night and just meditate on God. I didn't do nothing else. And I was in peace. I didn't want to go to anybody. I didn't want to go outside that much. I exercised, I ran, I lifted weights. I was eating healthy, I was working. And it's all I wanted to do was just be with God. All I wanted to do was just sit there and reminisce and just think about that glory. That's all I wanted to do. And I did that at one time for a very long time. And then the drugs called again. I got bored one day, and the drugs said, hey, Nate, you can come get some of me again. Come get high again, Nate. That'll take away your problems. Ha! Yeah, sure, that'll take away your problems. 15 years of absolute misery. That's what it gave me. 15 years of a penalty for one choice, for one needle poking myself in the arm with, for one bag of heroin, for one shot of liquid warmth in my veins. That's what happened. That's what happened. And now I realize that's all it takes is one choice to go back to hell. One choice. And this is why we have to be very wary of every step that we're taking. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Think another way. When you went away, what I like to take, what I'm bound to break, I'll be missing you. Somebody tell me why. One last morning, when this life is over, I know I'll see your face. Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray. And you see, this is how things go sometimes. There's someone in this parking lot right now that's parked, and I have a clue what might be going through their mind. They might be thinking, what is this guy doing over here? Is he disturbing the peace? Is he causing something? Is he a man of peace? Is he this or that? See, this is what's always going on in the minds of everybody. It's a constant It's constant spiritual warfare going on, and we always got to be alert. We always got to be like a soldier waiting for the bullet to come, waiting for that thing to happen, because something's going to blast and something's going to do something, until we understand that sometimes we don't have to do anything. We just have to serve and help each other and do the opposite of that instead of making some kind of thing happen. See, we're stirring up trouble most of the time. You see what I'm saying? We're stirring up trouble instead of stopping the trouble. We're stirring it up. Most of us are moving to cause problems. We're moving to cause more wickedness. We're moving to cause more trouble in the hearts of other men. We're not coming silent and listening. We're not praying for them. We're not coming in the name of saying, what can I do for you today? How can I sacrifice my time and my life for you today instead of causing more problems for you? See, that's what we need to be thinking of. That's what we need to be reflecting on, is those things. And then what will come of those things is a glory that you can't understand, you can't describe, because nothing can describe it. And see, this sign should say the Church of Jesus Christ. That's what it should say. Even though there might have been a good Saint Margaret and Mary and all that stuff, it should say the Church of Jesus Christ. That's what it should say. But it doesn't. And this is a very peaceful place. But still, without the Savior, there's nothing. Without His glory, there is nothing. Nothing without His glory. The deer don't eat. Men don't eat. The light does not shine. There's nothing. I am nothing. God is everything. Glory to the Trinity forever. Until next time, peace, pure reflection, a stableness, strength in the craziness, the absurd insanity going on. Because what can break down those strongholds? What else can break down those strongholds? I'll leave that up to every single soul out there to fathom that for themselves. Take care. Glory to God. Thank Jesus Christ for His example. I'm out, y'all.